those traveling with young children, please have them sit to the far left, adults to the open right-hand side. Keeping all hands, feet, legs, and arms inside the train at all times. Thank you. All aboard. Next stop is Frontier Land. Next stop is Frontier Land Station.
Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. We're about to take a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom with a stop at Frontierland along the way. Sit tight, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs firmly inside the train. We're in Main Street Station right now, so breathe if you like. But if you stay on board long enough, right, sooner or later, you'll be back. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. Old conductor like me, there's no better place to ride the rails than the Magic Kingdom. By the way, we're traveling on pure steam power. This locomotive is descended from the mighty trains that powered the whole ridiculous steam. It's just like me. It's real old-fashioned. We're headed straight to the heart of Adventureland. If you get to fly in these parts, especially if you run into Captain Jack Sparrow, he's hiding out in the bring an extra dose of flavor. As for me, I'll stay safe and sound right here all my time if you don't run it. We've reached the Wild West of the Magic Kingdom, Frontierland. This outpost is home to the colored wagons outpost. Catch a runaway mine train at Mid-Thunder Mountain, or hop on over to Splash Mountain and join Brer Rabbit for a 50-foot drop straight down the We've reached Frontierland Station. This is Frontierland Station.
Please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop, and you hear the word clear. Traveling with small children, please seat them to the left or between two adults. We need an adult on the open right side where you stepped aboard the train. While you're on the train, please no eating, drinking, smoking, or snoring. Remain seated all the time the train is in motion, and please keep your arms and legs, head and shoulders inside the train. We're all aboard.
Howdy, folks. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. The next leg of our journey will take us all the way back to Main Street, USA. Everybody stay seated and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs safely inside the train. And as always, keep an eye on the deliveries. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. As we head into the American wilderness, we'll pass by the dusty desert town of Tumbleweed. Keep your eyes peeled for the runaway mine trains or Mid-Thunder Mountain Railroad. On the Tumbleweed train. Now I ask you, is that thing laid on the railroad? Settlers started heading west. Nowadays, the rails can carry safely to the wild. The trip used to take months, now it may take just a few weeks. Here's plenty of deer, antelope, and elk feed along the banks of the river. And naturally, plenty of early settlers decided to put down stakes and live here too. Of course, those early settlers weren't the first to make their home in this wild frontier. These native tribes of Plains Indians were living, hunting, and trading for centuries before we ever came along. They were the first to tame the wild horses of the American plains, long before our big old iron horses started chugging through these parts. Looks like we're almost out of the woods, folks, and we're coming to the outskirts of Fantasyland, a place where any dream can come true. Here you can fly with Peter Pan or take a spin in a teacup. Walt Disney always believed that no magic kingdom would ever be complete as long as there was imagination left in the world. With that spirit in mind, these folks are dreaming up a whole new Fantasyland. They're hard at work making future dreams come true. Someday soon, you'll be able to take a trip under the sea with Little Mermaid, or be our guest for an enchanted feast inside the Beast's castle. For now, it sure is exciting to think about all the fun that lies ahead. This old steam train needs water to keep going, just like you and me. Up ahead, that'll give the engineer time to top off the tender. Once again, we're just making a quick stop. Everybody please stay on board. Sit tight, and we'll be on our way in just a few minutes. Our next stop is Main Street, USA. Looking at all those posters, I see the circus is coming to town, and this circus is coming to stay. It's the Fantasyland Storybook Circus. When it opens, you'll be able to soar through the air with Dumbo the Flying Elephant, and join Goofy on the Barnstormer, a rollicking ride of circus acrobatics and coaster thrills. The circus isn't here yet, but it won't be too much longer. It's time to leave the street station. Sit tight, everyone. We'll be underway in just a moment or two.
We'll be stopping here for a minute or so at the outpost to take on water. Please remain seated. Our engine has a capacity of...
Keep your hands and arms, feet and legs inside the train at all times. And please keep an eye on your children.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
There are some who say that this steam train is a little old-fashioned, but for me, it's the only way to travel. Of course, there are those who prefer to hit the highway. On the right, you just might spot some pint-sized drivers taking their first spin behind the wheel of a car. Getting from place to place is a big deal in Tomorrowland, where you might board a people mover, zip around on the Astro Orbiter, or book a flight across the galaxy at our busy starport in Space Mountain. Tomorrowland is truly a world on the move. Speaking of moving, it seems like a whole lot of new neighbors have been migrating in from all corners of the Milky Way. There's that rascally Experiment 626, better known as Stitch, always up to his usual antics. Buzz Lightyear is scouting for a few good space rangers. Even the monsters of Monstropolis have taken a shine to Tomorrowland. I hear those monsters are pretty funny. They're sure funny looking. Yeah, the future is here today at the Magic Kingdom. And the future looks like a lot of fun. But After working on the railroad all the livelong day, it's nice to come home to good old Main Street, USA. We've made a complete trip around the Magic Kingdom. For those of you who've been on board for the whole journey, thanks for putting up with me these past few days. If you're staying with us, we'll be headed for Frontierland next. Right now, please stay seated until our train comes to a complete stop. Then pick up your belongings and carefully step off the train. If you have strollers to unfold, please take them all the way beyond the platform so we can safely board passengers for the next leg of our journey. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Main Street Station serves the park entrance where you can find transportation to other parks, resort hotels, and the parking lot. This is also the stop for Town Square Theater, where you'll find Mickey and his princess friends. Getting off here, please remain in your seats until the train is stopped and you hear me say all clear. We do not give out prizes for first off the train. Please do not stand up until the train is stopped and you hear me say all clear.